Good evening, FlossTube. I'm Amy. I am Guilford Girl Stitching here on FlossTube and on Instagram. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, I think, 2006. I am home from Steel City Stitchers Retreat this past weekend, and I'm going to tell you all about it. I've gone every year that they've had it, 5 years, so my name tag even has a little special 5-year little gold star, which was exciting. I was like very proud of that. I've been there every time. I drive there from Guilford, Connecticut, all the way to Pittsburgh. It's about an 8-hour drive. It actually takes me longer because, of course, I have to stop. Leaving to go there, I leave at like, I set my alarm for 3 a.m. Just get up, get dressed, get in the car and go. That way I can avoid going over all of the traffic, over the bridge into New Jersey and through New Jersey before the sun comes up. And it's worked great. I've done it every year. It is an exhausting drive though, but 100% completely worth it. I've made some great friends there, and every year I am more and more comfortable. I'm actually very socially awkward sometimes, and I feel like now I'm comfortable and I know what's going on at a retreat. I am not uncomfortable anymore when I'm there. So that is great. And I'm comfortable with the drive now, which is great. And it's always been a great time. So let me show you, we got our goodie bags. Well, first they always sell a hoodie, and other merchandise. I only bought the one hoodie this year, and it's their logo, and it says Yinzer Retreat 2026. I think I'm saying that right. That's like a Pittsburgh term. I think it means y'all. I'm not 100% sure. So somebody want to comment, let me know. But anyway, they gave us also a nice little goodie bag, that has the same logo on it. I just dropped something. And it also came with a nice little tumbler with the Steel City Stitchers logo. I'm going to use this at work tomorrow. And then it had another little baggie in there that had a pen in it, which is somewhere else at this point already. They gave us a cute little pattern with a cat and dog on there, and it says SCS. When they do the charity that they raise money for, is to local animal shelters, where both Jody and Kristen have adopted pets from and have fostered pets from. So that was really good. They made over $5,000 this year. And then they also gave us 2 coasters. This really nice one that was printed on I don't know what that is, but it's very nice. And then another little cork one. I do use coasters all the time, so those will definitely come in handy. So of course I shopped, of course. They had new sellers this year. They had the company Floss and Flame, and I apologize, I don't know the names of the owners for Floss and Flame. And they also had Colleen Rebel Stitchers. And they all did a great job. There was so much stuff. They had all of the new patterns from market. They had project bags. They had floss. I love when you go to a retreat and there's floss to purchase. If you know, like I needed to get a DMC because I thought I had it in a project I was working on, but I didn't. So I was able to just grab that and do what I needed to do. So it worked out great. And I did buy some things. So let me show you some of the favorite things I bought. I got this project bag. I just thought it was so cute with the little different animals on there. This came from Crafty Kim from Floss and Flame. And I just thought it was really nice. But of course, they also had a trunk show from Tiffany from Black Cat Stitchery. She is fabulous, and I love all of her stuff that she does. I love her bags, so I did come out with a couple of them. Here is a kitty one. That's the front. And then this is the back. So that was very cute. And then this one, I even got stuff to put in this one. And I thought I was done with the project bags, but I saw this and I fell in love. So here's the front. And then we got on the back some roosters and hens, chickens. I don't know what they are, but it's so stupid, so stinking cute. And then one of the patterns I had kept looking at for the market releases was Rudy Roaster by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. So I did end up purchasing that one. That is 120 by 151. You can do a combination of specialty flosses and DMC or all DMC. I don't know what I will do yet. I will take a look and see. But I'm excited for this one. And I'm trying not, the last time I posted a video, I got my first negative comment saying I was being flappy. I don't know what they meant. I know I was going in and out. I don't know if that's what they meant by flappy, so I'm trying to be very careful and conscious not to do that. But this was the Ruby Rooster that's going to go in the rooster bag. And then Colleen was selling some scissor fobs, and I actually make my own scissor fob sometimes, but I've never made one like this. And I just absolutely fell in love. Oh, wait, she's a little twisted. Let me fix her. Okay. She just makes me giggle. And I named her Flossie. And I just love that she's in gold glitter disco boots. And I put her on this cute little scissor that was also for sale. So that was, oh no, that's not all of my purchases. I did buy a pair, some fabric. I bought some Jody fabric and some from Lapin Loops. And there was a lot of discussion, you know, in the shop area a couple times when I was up there, where people are saying that they're trying to go out of their comfort zone. And I'm like, you got to do it. I'm like, this is great, wonderful, cheering them on. Go for it. Go out of your comfort zone. And I did the same thing because I purchased Lugana fabrics. So this one I believe is 28 count Lugana. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's linen. But I'm not 100% sure it's 28 count. But it was just so pretty, and it's not a huge piece. So I'm going to find a nice little pattern to go on that. Because they're just so pretty, and that was Jody fabric. Jody Favish, who is one of the Steel City Stitchers. And then I bought this from Lapin Loops. This is called Tombstone. It's a 28 count Lugana, and it's a fat quarter. It's looking kind of gray in this photo, but it's actually a very, very pretty purple gray. It's hard to see, but it's such a pretty fabric. And my plan was to do this on it. I don't know if I'll do it in the black or if I will find a nice color to complement the fabric. But I thought this is very pretty, very doable, 93 by 149. Just full cross stitch and back stitch, 2 colors. And it's called Black Butterfly Sample, and it's by Shaded Stitchery. Oh, that was the other thing. There were a lot of designers that I had never heard of before that they had patterns from. And like I said, I had heard of Lapin Loops, but I've never purchased any of their fabrics. So I'm very excited to work on that. Then I purchased this pattern. There was a lot of great 250 birthday for the USA patterns out there. This was the one I am choosing to do. I do love birds, and you can see I'm sorry with the glare, that there are the 3 little birds on there. And it's Robin Pickens. I do love Robin Pickens patterns. This is 128 by 101. 8 colors in there. You can either do Weeks Dye Works or DMC. And honestly, I was going to look at they had Weeks Dye Works there, but when I was picking that kind of stuff up, I wasn't in the mood to go through all of the floss and actually purchase that at that time. But I do have fabric here at home that I want to put that on. It's a little bit darker than what's in the photo, but I think it'll look really pretty, and I will start that in July, I think. In June, I'm going to start this one. I'm very excited for this one, by Rebel Stitcher Designs. It is called Stonewall, and it says Pride Born from a Riot. And it's fabulous. So Stonewall was a gay bar in New York City. She does have a little bit about the history and about some of the key players, which are the initials on here. Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, and Stormy Della Rivera. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But they're the ones who in 1969, in June of 1969, they are the ones that they say started the riot at Stonewall. Or it was a rebellion movement. It is the birthplace of the LGBTQ movement. It is, I don't know, I just thought this was very important for me to do. I don't know if I'll keep it for myself or if I'm going to give this to my nephew, or my best friend Tom and his husband. But I'm going to start this one soon. And it does not say, oh, it says on the front, 82 by 98 stitches. So it's not very big. It's all DMC colors, I believe, which those, yeah, DMC, those are listed on the inside with the pattern. And then I did get some glittery Pride floss drops as well, which they're very cute. So there's that one. And then the other side. So I did get those from Rebel Stitcher as well. Oh, and because Colleen, and I told her she's got the best needle minders. I love her needle minders. So I bought 2. I got Snailed It. So freaking cute. And then Spark Good Trouble, and there is Ice Melting. So I got those. This year they did their first Smalls Exchange. So they had never done one before, and I have gone to Stitch New England twice and did the Smalls Exchange is there. And I always got nervous doing those because I am not a finisher. I'm not the best stitcher. I know I'm not. And generally I do not care. I've said this before and I will say it again. Stitching is my way to shut my brain down after work, during the weekends, just to give me an hour a day where I am not overthinking, because I am an overthinker and I worry, I have anxiety. It just gives me a chance to shut down and concentrate on something, which is why I also like cross stitch, because I'm following somebody else's pattern. I am not following my own patterns. I'm not creating my own patterns. I am just doing work. And like I said, it shuts me down and I enjoy doing it. So I am not a big finisher. So I did, I used one of those round frames from Busilla, I think it was, that you stick a hoop in the back. And I painted it white. I did kind of a dry white paint on there, so it wasn't white and you can kind of see the wood grain still through it. And I did a little It was on blue fabric, very pretty blue fabric. It was the alphabet in red, and then on the sides it had strawberries. And to finish off the strawberry theme, I didn't buy a gift bag. I actually went on Amazon and I found like this little corduroy bag that was pink with red strawberries on there. And it was only a few dollars more than a gift bag would have been. So I put it in there. And then to finish off the theme, I put in a couple strawberry snacks. And the person who got it, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. But I know I've seen her and chatted with her other years at Steel City. She said she liked it and she loved strawberries. So I am very pleased for that. My gift was from Sean Jacobs. And she did one of the little bags. Which is very cute. And it says Liberty on there. And it's got a little Uncle Sam. Kind of looks like a Santa Uncle Sam, but it's very cute. And she put on a little charm and a little bow. And then on the inside of this, she had a little package of floss drops and project cards. So they're all, this is what is on the floss drops, this picture right here, which is very cute. And then I think I saw pictures of this online from Riley Blake Designs. It's a needle minder. It's the Liberty Bell. It is ginormous. Look at that. That is huge. I'm like it's gonna like weigh down my projects. So this would be great if like you had a Lowry stand and you can just stick it right on the stand and not necessarily on your project. I don't have a stand like that, but I will find use for it and maybe I will stick it on a project. But that is a ginormous needle minder, but it's fabulous. It's all fabulous. So, oh, and she gave me a little card. And Sean, I'm wondering if you made that card. If you did, it's gorgeous. I don't have the patience to do something like that. So it's very, very appreciative of it. And I feel like it all went very well, very successful. And I definitely plan on going back to Steel City next year for year 6. And I'm already thinking, what am I going to do? What is my little theme going to be? But I have no idea yet. So a few more things to show you. I want to show you what I got in like table make gifts and other things. Oh, I don't think I brought everything over here. So I'm going to show you. Oh, sugar. I did forget one, which was fabulous. 2 of my table mate people, my group of friends, they did handmade cross stitch projects and I left them in the other room. So I'm not going to show them. I do apologize. I don't know how to edit, so I don't want to stop and come back. And I don't know how to put in a photo to show you. But to Cheryl and Tina, I am very, very grateful. Those were very sweet and you guys put in a lot of hard work. From Donna and Joanna, who are sisters who live together. They do a group, like it's from both of them. So they made these little pouches, little mini bags for everybody. And inside were some goodies, like a little pair of scissors, a measuring tape, I couldn't think of the word, a little clip, and a gift card to Hobby Lobby. Which is good because I want to go get the floss to do a couple of those projects. And speaking of Joanna and Donna, they know I'm not a finisher and they've offered to do some finishes for me. And the last time I saw them was when we all rented a house up near Hobby Lobby. And I gave them the two projects that I had stuck in a bag that I had finished and forgot. I didn't even intend to bring them with me. I just happened to have them. And I had done a Romeo and Juliet from Forbidden Fiber Arts. And they gave me this back all finished as this cute little pillow. And they chose this great little backing fabric, and they sewed this on, and that was very sweet for them to finish that for me, and I'm very excited to have this done. This was one of my favorite stitches that I did. I just thought it was so pretty. I love the quote on it. So I'm very appreciative that they did that. So then my group did an exchange, like a Christmas exchange, but since they all live near each other, except for me, who is much further out, they decided to do the Christmas exchange that they would have done at Christmas for Steel City. And we were supposed to give each other a gift and make an ornament. Tina had my name, and she is a quilter. And she was always talking about making, I think she calls them pinwheels, how she's always making pinwheels. And I was so excited she turned one into an ornament for me. I'm like, I have one of your famous pinwheels. Look at how cute that is. And then she also did this little, square ornament, which this takes so much skill and patience. I love it. And then this one, just a little felt snowman. And honestly, I feel like, I don't know, my mom's maiden name is Snow, so anything kind of snow related to me doesn't necessarily mean winter. And I kind of feel like he might find a home all year round because he's just so cute and I love him, and that was great. So those were her ornament gifts. And for an actual gift, she went to my 1-2-3 stitch wish list and got me a pattern I had put on my wish list, Lady Halloween by Jardin Privé, if I'm saying that right. And then she bought Fiber on a Whim pumpkin fabric and the floss to do it, which is really sweet. I'm very excited. I've always liked this, and I love the fabric she chose for that. And I'm going to probably start that in September and work on that September and October. So speaking of what I've been working on, let me bend down, sorry, and show you what I stitched on. Sorry, I'm talking. I didn't bring any water in with me. It's super hot in here. And I'm also super exhausted. You know, I pack all this stuff and I bring several things to start and several things I'm working on, and I started one and worked on another. So I really only needed to bring 2 things. And honestly, since I know that they like sell floss and they'll have floss again next year, I can just kit something up first thing Friday morning and just work on that and be done with it. But anyway, I got there Thursday night and I started working on something Thursday night, and then I worked on it Saturday and Sunday morning. I'll show you that second, but first, Friday morning I started my new start, which is Strawberry Farmer by Fine Frog Stitching. I just love this, and the few people that came by and said, oh my god, that's so cute, I was telling them the bear is the size of the strawberry. The strawberry is not the size of a bear. So it's a tiny, tiny, itty bitty bear that you can stick in your pocket, and I named him Zeke. And I just think he is absolutely adorable. He's only 57 by 64. And I got the whole bear done. And I'll start working on him again tomorrow or this weekend. I'm doing him on 16 count, Charles Craft Ada. I think it's called Double Diamond, and it is from Mystic Fibers. And he is just popping right off. I don't know, with the light situation I have in here, if you can like see the subtle, all the colors in the bear and the strawberry are actually all in this fabric. And he's coming out really good. And for some reason, I have a thing for her Charles Craft Ada. I love the way it takes the die. I love the way it stitches up. And again, it's just nice and easy count to do. No stress, no fuss. And he is coming out really good. And he's not that big, so I should have him finished shortly. I'm not going to start anything else new until that is done and this one is done. So this is the one I previously started in the fall. And I'll show you what I got done over the weekend. This is Circle, Circle, Dot, Dot. Sorry if that was flappy. And this is by Jed X Designs. Or no, Jed X Stitch. Her name is Jessica Doisy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I am obsessed with her patterns. I didn't buy any of the new ones because the next one I start is a big one of hers, and it's the dragon with the bunnies. I think it's called 13 Rabbits. However many rabbits is in it, that's what it's called. But it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to start that. But I want to finish this one first, and I'm getting there. This one's weird for me. Well, maybe not, because I think this happens to a lot of us. I'll get some done. I'll feel like something went wrong. I'll put it aside for a few weeks or a month, pick it back up, and make great progress. So I'm in the part where I'm making great progress. So within the week, here I am. And I'm doing all the called for fabric and floss. In the week before I left, I finished this part here. This lacy part that was giving me trouble. And then I did this, part of this, and then all of this. This here was giving me trouble too. And I think I did this and these two before I left. The only thing I hadn't done was this one darker red here. So I did that and then this over the weekend. But that's where I am on that. And I love it. And I can't wait to be done with that one. I'm very excited to finish that one. So the retreat ended Sunday at noon. A couple of my friends stayed until 3 o'clock. We were in the lounge or the hotel lobby just hanging out. But Donna and Joanna and I all stayed an extra night, which was very beneficial for me. We went out to eat, and then we called it an early night. I think we were going to stay up a little bit later and stitch in the lobby, but we had gone out for dinner, and I wasn't feeling very good after that. I didn't eat very well the whole weekend, and I was just exhausted, and I knew I had the 8-hour trip back. So I decided to go to bed early. And then when I woke up, naturally, I was just going to get in the car and go. And I woke up around 4:15 in the morning, and I laid in bed for about 5 minutes thinking, do I want to roll over and sleep a little extra, or do I just want to get up, shower, get dressed, and go, and then maybe be through Pittsburgh before commuter traffic started? So I did that. I ended up leaving the hotel right at 5:40. Got through Pittsburgh without a lot of traffic, which was really nice, since I'm not so used to driving through it. It was good. And then I was driving. I just stopped to go to the bathroom once, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and I needed gas. And it was around 9:30, and I'm like, I look up to see where I was, and it said Hershey next stop, or next 2 exits. And I'm like, well, I do have to get off the highway. So I drove to Hershey Park by myself and went to Hershey World by myself. And the funny thing about that, it was my little side quest. I decided, it's something I wanted to do every year. But Hershey Park is not right off the highway. It's a good maybe 10-15 minute drive to get to that area. And I never wanted to like take that extra time, because I know it wasn't just the drive there and then back to the highway. It was that I would be walking around and looking at Hershey World, because you can get into Hershey World for free. I'm not sure, the park wasn't open. But Hershey World was, and that's like their giant gift shop. And then they have a bunch of things to do there. Like you can make your own chocolate bar, you can make your own Reese's cup. There is a movie experience, there's a chocolate tasting, and then of course it's a ginormous gift shop. But if you've ever been, you also know that there is a ride in there, and you get in these little things and it just takes you through, and it gives you like the story of Hershey and how they take it from the cocoa bean into the chocolates and what they make, and it's a cute little fun ride. And my family has done this many times. My parents took us when we were little, and then they took us as adults with the grandkids. And we went 3 years in a row, and then COVID hit, and we actually haven't been back since then. But I went and I did the little ride, and they always take photos. When it's busy in the summer and you have to wait like 20 minutes to get on the ride, there's a place where they take photos of the whole family and they put the backgrounds in, and I kind of wanted to do that, but they weren't doing that when I was there. But they do take your photo on the ride. So my side quest got me this. I'm sorry for the glare. Me alone on the ride, just all by myself, all smiley, like you guys aren't here. And I thought it was a funny joke, so I purchased it, and I think it's funny. But that was my little side quest home. And after that, I think I stopped one more time to go to the bathroom. And GPS took me over the George Washington at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was hoping to go over the Tappan Zee, and I need to really learn how to choose that. Like I chose which way I wanted to go, because originally I was going to stop at the Russell Stover outlet instead of Hershey, but I went to Hershey and spent too much money there because I also brought home a lot of candy and stuff. So I decided not to stop there, but I wasn't paying attention to which route that farther up in the journey, and it took me over the George Washington, which makes me anxious, but it's actually really not that bad. If you pay attention, I turned off my book that I was listening to and just paid really close attention as to which lane, because there's a lot of lane switching, and just making sure I didn't end up in the Holland Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel or whatever tunnel. But once I was over it, it was fine. I didn't realize I lived that close to the Bronx. It was only an hour and 40 minutes home after I got over the bridge. Maybe a little bit longer, because Connecticut traffic sucks. If you're ever driving through Connecticut, 95 sucks. I apologize. We're not a bad state. We're not. There's not a lot to do, but we have good pizza. And when we invented the hamburger. But anyway, that was my weekend. That was the Steel City Stitchers Retreat for this year, the 5th year. It was great. I loved seeing everybody. And I can't wait for next year, because it's what I look forward to every year. But anyway, I am exhausted. I have to finish my laundry so I can go back to work tomorrow. Yay me. But anyway, have a great night, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. And if you went to the Steel City Retreat, I hope you all got home safely. And I will see you next year. Bye.